Hi, I'm Mark Quirk for Microsoft. I'm the product manager for Expression, Silverlight, and for ASP.NET. I've got 5 tips for using evangelists in companies. So my first one is, I suppose you always need to remember that, or a good thing about an evangelist is that they can relate to you. So an evangelist spends all of their time with customers, at events, seeing real people doing real stuff. So it's not like they're singing at some ivory tower somewhere. They understand if you have to use some other competing technology as well as the stuff that's relevant for them. They'll typically be understanding of that, and you can still have a very sensible conversation about them, about the technology with those people. So they can give you some other input, like tip number 2, for example, because they are typically the mavens for the technologies that they represent. So they will have seen use of that technology in lots of different kinds of customers, in lots of different kinds of industries, in lots of different ways. So they're great to bounce ideas off. They're somewhat de-risking in terms of the technology. Use them like technical mavens who have a kind of broad view of how this technology is being used. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that they can connect you either to many of those companies that they communicate with. Again, often their role is to speak with lots and lots of people. So they're often quite good at connecting you with other companies that are out there using this kind of technology. Whether that's software developers connecting them with design agencies, or connecting those companies with end customers. There's all sorts of stuff, all sorts of connections that are made through the evangelists, certainly inside Microsoft. So they're great at connecting. Number 4, I think, would be adoption programs. So you're currently using version 3. You're thinking you might be able to use version 4. Firstly, evangelists are typically interested in getting people involved in new programs moving forward. And as a business, or as a technology company, or a user of that technology, it might be advantageous for you to get involved in those early adoption programs so you can see exactly what's coming down the road, and either be skilled in it by the time it's released, so you've got a good market position in there already, or indeed have product ready to sell, depending on kind of what kind of business you are. So you're going to get an early ramp up. And the good thing about that often is that those companies, Microsoft included, are often early adopters, so they'll help promote that solution often as well. And then I think finally number 5 is connected to that, which is this publicity thing. So evangelists usually have blogs, they usually have Twitter accounts, they're usually on social networking, so they can help promote your stuff that way. If you're doing something that's interesting for the technology that they work with, they're usually interested in promoting it for you and helping you promote it. And the other thing, of course, is that they usually have connections with people in marketing and other places that have other programs that they can run, other things that can help promote your product or your service out to the industry. So there you go, use evangelists as best you can.